Second, I got a error. Oh, now it's recording. Okay. It gave me this message that traffic was too high. Wait 30 to 60 seconds. What the heck? All right.
Oh, that's a first, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it said it started. I don't know.
yeah,
Is
yeah. It
it?
started. Yeah,
Okay, we're good to go.
yeah.
All right, cool, cool. How you been, man?
Good, man. How about you?
Some BS here and there, but
Yeah,
good overall. Good overall. I think. We got to go to your boy's birthday. That was cool.
yeah, yeah. Fifth birthday. That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
It's
big one. I think I probably don't remember it, but I imagine that was a big deal. I don't remember 5, but I remember 10. I remember going, "Oh, I can't wait to be 10." 10 seemed like such a cool one.
yeah.
Do you
I,
remember certain ages that you couldn't wait to get to?
I think I remember 5 because
Yeah?
I was the only kid in my family, and I remember Star Wars was huge back then, like Empire Strikes Back, and I got a ton of Star Wars toys from like all my relatives, like all my aunts and uncles, and there's a bunch of them. They were all there, and I just got all these Star Wars toys, and I was all happy.
Damn, where are those toys today?
I know, I know.
Did you keep them in the box?
No, no,
Hell no.
no way.
Imagine those that did. There's people that did that.
I know, I know. It's
I don't
crazy.
know how you do something like that as a kid. That's not
No,
easy
not
to
as a
do, man.
kid. Like,
Mm-mm.
nah.
Especially eh, you love that. That's what you love.
Yeah. Even now, like as an adult, I collected some toys and kept them in the package, and then now I got Jimmy back there, like trying to open them. So, you know,
Yeah, they don't understand that.
nah, nah.
Yeah, I think I don't remember 5, but 10 definitely. And then I think the next one I wanted to be was 15. I don't know why. It just seemed like a big deal. And then 18, of course. Like
Yeah,
18 was the one, that couldn't wait to get to. And then
21.
21 for obvious reasons, yeah. Well, 18 because I was like, oh, that could go to freaking nudie bar now. I can't
Rudy
wait.
Joser.
I don't even remember if I did go when I was 18 or if I waited till 1920. I don't remember going at 18, honestly, but that was a thought in my mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? It's like,
Teenager, yeah,
whoa.
of course.
Yeah. Do you know if you went at that age?
I don't think I did.
No, I don't
I don't
think I
think
did
so.
either. I wonder why. I was so pumped for it. Oh man. Did you want to talk about the party at all?
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna mention it in OC News because we were at Estancia Park, and I had never really been there before. Um,
What?
yeah, yeah. My son used to go to the school that's like on the lower side of that park. The park is
Yeah,
the
like
upper side.
Balearic.
Yeah, Balearic. Yeah, we used to play basketball there in high school. You could dunk there,
Mm-hmm.
smaller rims. But yeah, I'd never really been to Estancia Park, so it was a cool place, man. We had that giant bouncy castle for all the
Yes.
kids, and yeah, nice place to be outdoors. It did get hot though. It did get hot, but it was fun.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't think it was that bad. It was hot, but I didn't think
Yeah,
it
it
was that
wasn't
bad.
it wasn't too bad. Yeah,
Yeah, like if you
yeah,
if you hung out in the shade, it was fine. It was perfect.
yeah.
Like it wasn't that type heat. But yeah, how did he like it? He seemed to enjoy it,
Oh,
running
he
around with everyone.
he loved it, man. He didn't get out of that bouncy house. Like he just kept going and going. And uh, he'd take short breaks for me to give him juice. I kept giving him a ton of juices. And
Yeah.
like we were having so much fun, both me and him. Like I should have been better prepared for this, but both me and him like barely ate. Like at the party, we had all these pizzas. We didn't even like eat the pizza because we were, I was talking to everyone there, and he was just bouncing in the house. So yeah, much
That's what
fun.
happens as the host. You kind of you're
Yeah,
just running around, make sure everything's good, make sure he's
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I get it. I've been there. I get it. And then you forget about eating.
yeah, yeah.
There's no time.
No time. Reminded me of my wedding. Same thing happened at my wedding. Yeah,
Yeah, you should have been, yeah, celebrating and you're just kind of busy making sure everyone's okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can just start with OC News and I'll get into
Yeah.
mine. I
All right.
can't wait to get to the movie segment because I had this question. I wanted to ask you this last time and I forgot about it. I can't wait to ask you because it's gonna make me look like a dumbass, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. Six Flags, maybe you heard of this. They completed $8 billion merger with Knott's Berry Farm. Did you hear about that?
Oh, I didn't hear about that. No.
Yeah, so Cedar Fair is known for owning Knott's and Silk City.
Hmm.
Six Flags owns Magic Mountain and Hurricane Harbor, and they will now together operate 42 parks across America. And hopefully, they clean up the parks, maybe do some upgrades. I think there's a little bit of nervousness in that they might mess with Knott's and take out some of that history. And hopefully that's not the case, where they just kind of keep it old school, because
Yeah,
that's what Knott's is. So,
yeah,
sometimes things like this, they want to clean up, but they just, overdo it or just kind of mess things up. So hopefully they don't mess with the park. I know
yeah,
you've gone forever. You've been there a lot of times.
yeah, yeah. We go more now for Soak City because there's not too many rides at Knott's that my son is into. Like they have a few little kiddie rides, and he likes like a couple of them, but it's not like it's not
It's not
like
like Disneyland
Disneyland or Legoland. You know.
or
Uh,
Legoland. Yeah, true.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Knott's is like
mhm,
I think it's like right in that teenage wheelhouse.
yeah,
Because I remember really enjoying it during those years. So I think that's who it appeals to more. But I like the old school feel of it.
yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully it stays. I don't know why the merger other than I don't know. It seems like the rich get richer. I don't know. Why do you think that something like that happens?
It's it's always money. I mean, it's tough economic times. There's a lot of movie studios that have been merging lately. Paramount just merged with Skydance. Uh, yeah, so it's always money. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, business.
Yeah.
You look like you're in a cave, dude. Why is it so dark?
Try-
Uh,
Trying to let my son sleep here, man. I
oh, I
know.
got you. I got you.
I know. I am like
Oh
Osama in
man.
here or something.
All right. Yeah, so that's OC news for me. Uh, so yeah, the kids party was super cool. Like you said, you had pizza and stuff and cake and Ramon. It was funny. He says, I took care of the cake or whatever, and he goes, but it's melting because it was sitting in the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's like, what the cool part is though? It's because it's
Slimy.
uh yeah. He's like, it sort of makes sense because it's wait, what's it called? Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
Ghostbusters party. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
the Jimmy
So
loves
he's like,
Ghostbusters.
yeah, nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, yeah,
It just looks like slime anyway.
yeah. No
So, but
worries.
yeah, thanks for having us. That was fun. That was cool.
That was
It
fun.
was
Oh
funny.
yeah,
You said, "Oh,
like
Jimmy opened up the gifts," and then as soon as he opens them, he runs back into the jumpy house.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks for that giant Ninja Turtle, man. That was cool. He likes that. He's been playing with that.
It didn't come with batteries though, right? Did you happen to have
Yeah.
some?
We have a few batteries. You always gotta have batteries lying around.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I don't know why didn't we get batteries? I just thought of that right now, actually. I'm like, it didn't come with batteries, but that was pretty cool. My girlfriend wanted one for herself. She's like, this thing's so cool, it's so nice, and it's like a big turtle on a skateboard.
Your brother Albert and his girl wanted they wanted the present they gave Jimmy too. They got him
Oh yeah.
a Ghostbusters Monopoly. They're like, we want to play this. And she like almost took it out before they gave it to us. She's like, man, I want to play this.
Everybody wanted to keep their gifts they gave away. Yeah, that was cool, and it wasn't too bad. I don't think it was that hot. It was cool.
Yeah.
Uh, well, check this out, man. I got a little game for you.
All right.
We have a game tab, a trivia tab, anything like that?
I can make one. What do you
Let's
want to
do a
call it?
trivia. Let's do a trivia
Trivia.
tab. Yeah.
Trivia.
So we've actually talked about this before about how we miss the big man game in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's something you and I both really liked back then and miss it a bit. Now, is the game more exciting now? Probably. Pushing the ball, hitting the three, moving the ball around, that sort of thing. I'm sure it's maybe more exciting. I don't know. I just miss it. The first option was to dump it into the big man and then figure out what happens from there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the game's gotten maybe more predictable because everyone's just running to the 3-point line now. Because
Yes.
there's a lot less inside game, like you're saying. So it's all outside now, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, the inside game today isn't what it used to be with those two big bodies just bumping under there and fighting for boards, fighting for position.
yeah,
Just trying to dunk over the other guy, trying to block the other guy. I mean,
oh,
it was fun. I see the change and I'm fine with it, but I definitely miss it a little bit. So that's why I'm bringing this up right here. Your game is top 10 centers of all time.
oh, okay, okay,
Let's see how you do with this one, man.
all
I don't
right.
have my
Well,
little noise thing so I can put on music but
all right. Well,
it's all good. Let's see what you got. What you got?
you got to go, Will Chamberlain.
Will
Will
Chamberlain,
Ch-
number one.
yeah, yeah.
Ding ding.
The scoring leader in more ways than one.
Yes. Yeah, scoring
Uh,
leader in one way. One only. Yeah. That's true.
uh, and I'll go with Cap Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem, number two. So you go number one and number two.
Even though he was a
Yeah.
dick to me at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Another scoring champ.
Another scoring champ,
Different way.
dethroned by LeBron.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to include Bill Russell.
Yes, Bill Russell actually came in at number 5 on the list. 3 and 4.
Okay.
Maybe you could flip those, but we'll see.
The Big Diesel, Shaq.
Shaq is at number 4, so you're missing number 3 out of the top 5 right now. You got Wilt, Kareem, Shaq, Bill Russell. Number 3.
Yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem the Dream is number 3. What do you think having Hakeem at number 3 instead of Shaq? Does that work for you?
I think Shaq was more impactful. I mean, Hakeem was very skilled. He had great footwork and
He did.
He beat Shaq, but that was early in Shaq's career. So I think it could have gone different if it was Lakers Shaq against Hakeem. I don't know. What do you think?
I thought about it and I'm kind of okay both ways. Either way, I think it would be fine. You can make arguments for both guys. Shaq, Akeem beat Shaq.
Yeah, but
Uh,
but it was like what, his third year, Shaq's third year, something like that.
yes,
Yeah,
but Shaq still dominated the game more, I think. He was, like you said, more
he,
impactful.
he had a longer run. Like
Hmm.
Hakeem had those 2 years, those two championships, and then Shaq had this whole. He had four championships, but he was dominant for longer than that.
Way
Hakeem
longer
only
than that.
really had those 2 years, and the rest were like David Robinson years. He was another good center, but you
David
wouldn't say,
Robinson, number 6.
yeah, yeah.
There
But
you
like,
go.
I wouldn't compare David Robinson to Shaq. I don't.
Yeah, just Shaq just dunked all over all these guys, man. He just
Yeah,
dominated these guys. So, you know what? I got to give it to Shaq with slight edge, I think.
yeah,
Ahead of the Dream.
yeah,
Yeah. Plus he was a Laker, so
yeah. That helps.
that helps. All right, all right. Who
All
else do
right.
we got? We got an old Laker on this list.
No Laker.
Yeah, I didn't even realize he was a center, to be honest with you, because I don't know him. That's how old he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh. Oh, I'm gonna go with shoot. What's his name from the Minneapolis Lakers?
Yes.
George Mikan.
Yes, George Mike, and he came in at
Yeah.
number 9.
Okay. Yeah.
So you got
Um.
number 7, number 8, and number 10.
Let's see. I know he didn't win any titles, but is Patrick Ewing in there?
Patrick Ewing is at number 8.
All right.
7 is an older guy, but not that old. We know him as kids. And then number 10 is another big center that was well known.
Mm, mm. Uh,
One slightly older, and then one not as old.
is
Tim Duncan was a power forward, right?
He was a power forward. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when he was with Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, they put him on the list. I don't know. Not top 10, but he's on the list.
All right. Let's see. Slightly older. No.
That guy's gonna be tough. I'm gonna give you number 7. I didn't even know he was a center. I don't. Moses Malone?
I was about to say Moses Malone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But he didn't have a long run either. I know he had a title with Philly, and that was a little before our time, so we didn't really watch him. But I know
No, we
he had like
didn't.
one title, and then what else did he do? Like, you know,
Yeah. I hear other players talking about him as
but
one of the good ones, but
Barkley talks about him a lot because he was a mentor to Barkley. Like
hmm
when he was a rookie, Moses was the vet showing him the ropes and everything. And I've seen clips. He looked like a great rebounder, great like low post guy who could just dunk on people. But
yes. Yeah, same. But
yeah,
uh, I never really heard of people mention him as like the one of the greatest centers. Top 10? He's top 10. He's number 7, ahead of Ewing and Mikan, who I don't.
yeah,
Obviously, we didn't get to watch him play.
yeah. And then
Let's see.
and
Should I
then
give you number 10?
wait, is number 10 our? So he's our era.
Yeah, pretty much with all the other big guys during that time. Did not have a long run. How about that?
No, uh,
Mm-mm.
Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning came in at number 20, actually.
Oh, 20. Okay.
Yeah, he came in at number 20. I had him marked down.
And
And
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming,
Yao Ming.
number
Okay.
10. Yeah. But I don't know. Does he go
He,
ahead of Alonzo Mourning?
I mean, Mourning had a title at least with Shaq. He got one with Shaq. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think of Mourning more as being more dominant during his run. I don't know.
Yeah. I think so too. And what about the Kembe?
Yeah, Dikembe. Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like he came in at number 15.
He was reminded me of the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I know. Dikembe. That voice is something else, man.
I block
Yeah.
your shot.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know. Tim Duncan, that makes no sense. He shouldn't even be on this list. They have
Yeah,
the Joker, but he's not gonna be it. He's not there yet. He's doing his thing,
yeah, yeah,
but he's not quite there yet. He probably will be.
yeah.
He's already got a couple
But
titles there.
you know what? He just lost KCP, so their team got weaker, man. I don't get these teams like the Lakers and Denver who just toss KCP aside after you see how valuable he is in the playoffs. All
Mhm.
the defense and the threes and the big shots he hits. Like they're like, well, we don't need him anymore. I don't get it.
Yeah, and I don't follow closely enough. Do you know why that is? Did they have to bring someone in and they need money for that? Did he want more money? Was there a contract up? Like what is it?
Well, his contract was up, but they had the money to re-sign him. They just chose not to. That same thing happened with the Lakers. I mean, they traded him away to get Westbrook. It's like,
Yeah, they blew up
uh,
that team, huh?
yeah,
The
too
Lakers did.
fast, too fast. Uh,
Yes, they had just won. What's going on?
it- that's what makes me think Blinka like lucked into that title. Like he just kind of grabbed who he could get in 2020, and it happened to be a great team. Like, yeah, there was some skill involved, but the way he got rid of them so quick and then didn't know what he was doing after that, it's like
You think he got lucky?
I think he got lucky. He got
Yeah.
lucky. Yeah,
So what are you saying? You saying he's got to go or
yeah. Get him out of here,
yeah?
man. He doesn't know
Get
what
him
he's
out, huh?
doing. Get him out, dude. What's he doing lately? He's going to Disneyland, man. you know?
Yeah, he's got the key pass or whatever that thing was called.
Yeah, yeah. The Magic Key Pass. He's getting his refund. his
He
loss.
needs to get his refund on that. Damn. So you're saying get him out here? Okay.
Get him
All
out of
right.
here. Yeah, yeah. I've been saying that online for a while. Yeah.
My nephew ran into him at his job and took a picture with him, and he told them, "Hey," but this is a few years back, and
Yeah.
he told them, he said, "Hey, I really like what you did with the team, you know."
Mm.
And he's, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, go Lakers." And took the picture, and then he blows it up. Um, dude, can we get to the movie thing? 'Cause I gotta ask you
Let's
something, man.
let's let's
Unless you
get
got
to it.
something else
Yeah.
on these centers.
Well, have you heard about the new big center though? I saw it on PTI today. The guy who's going to be the next year's draft pick. He was playing the dream team, and I guess he played really well against them. And so
7'8" guy? It's not that guy, is it?
nah, not 7 foot.
Oh,
He's
okay.
he's big. He's like 7'4" or something, or I don't know what he is.
Wow.
Yeah,
From where?
but he's going to Duke. He's a white guy going to Duke.
Oh, white
Um,
dude. Okay.
yeah, I think this is going to be his freshman year at Duke or something, and all
Interesting.
kinds of
Okay.
hype around this guy. But they were talking about how interesting it is because he's a traditional center. He doesn't go outside at all. So they're like, what's going to happen with this guy?
Yeah, that is weird because
Yeah, yeah,
he's gonna have to develop that.
yeah,
They
yeah.
expect that now almost.
They do. Yeah,
Yeah, and on defense, you're gonna have to be out there too. You can't just stick
yeah,
around the key anymore.
yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too. How many 3-pointers does Shaq have in his career?
Like 4.
Like 3 or 4? Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
I remember him baking them. he would bake them.
with that weird shot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, imagine Shaq coming into the NBA now.
Uh,
He would have to be a 3-point shooter, or at least be able to hit 2 out of 10 or something,
yeah, yeah,
because it's expected of you now.
yeah.
All right. Let's get
All
to
right,
this
all right.
movie thing.
To it.
All right, I'm gonna look like an idiot, like I said, but you're gonna have to explain this to me. So we talked about me watching Shazam
Mm.
and then watching part two. You just have to, you see the first one, gotta watch the second one. It was one that I never really seeked out, but we're flipping through, and there it was. We checked it out, and we liked it. Thought it was, pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I had watched what was that thing? What was that one called? With The Rock, the
Black
superhero
Adam.
one, Black Adam, right? So then we watched this, and then just recently, Black Adam was on, and I tuned to because I liked that one too. So we're watching it, and then I never even put it together that he had the thing on the chest.
Yeah,
So what the hell's the deal there?
they're mortal enemies. Those two. They're it's
I don't
the
know. I
Dark
didn't know
Knight.
anything about this. I didn't. I was like, wait, what? I
Yeah,
didn't even notice this before. Like, I didn't understand it.
it's like Batman and the Joker. They were trying to set it up, and it never happened.
Is that what it was? That what was happening?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but why have the same symbol? I don't understand that. Do you know
Because
what that's about?
something like they have similar origins, or it's
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Something to do with, I'm trying to think. It was something to do with something that happened a very long time ago or something.
Yeah, it was like some god or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. So that was going to be the thing,
I was gonna do the thing. Yeah,
and it just didn't happen. Okay.
didn't happen. And they were trying to set up Black Adam to fight Superman too. Like Superman showed up at the end of the movie or something.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, "Whoa, okay. I'm interested."
I wasn't.
Nothing came of it.
I was not.
Nothing came of it. You were not.
No.
I was. I was like, this guy looks to be all freaking powerful. Well, let's see what's up here. That'd be cool. But nothing came of that either. Okay, so there. I don't feel too stupid with that one then. This one I might though. So you got Deadpool, Wolverine coming up. I can't wait for it. I don't know. You pretty
Oh
excited
yeah.
for it or what?
Oh yeah, man. I got my ticket to see that Comic Con, man. So that's gonna be insane.
Okay, so I'm watching Wolverine Origins.
Mm,
Do you know where I'm going with this?
I think so.
Okay. So then there's a scene where that dude pops in, and I didn't know this back then because there was no Deadpool back then. Well, there was no movie at least. And he calls him Wade, and I'm like, Wade? Wait, what? Why is he calling him Wade? They've already been in a movie together, dude. Technically?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They 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 take little. He's made jokes about it in the other Deadpool movies. Like if you go back and watch them, it'll make a little joke about it. Oh, that was about that Wolverine movie.
Or you'll say, oh, well, you guys couldn't afford Wolverine
Yeah, yeah,
to, like to be in the movies, the stupid comments like that. Yeah, yeah, like funny shit. But I didn't catch that. I think initially, like I said, initially, I didn't know. I didn't really know Deadpool
yeah,
like that anyway at that time. And I don't remember when that movie came out, but then they freaking like fights him in the end.
yeah. A lot of comic book fans were upset about that movie because the people who
Really?
knew, yeah, because the people who knew Deadpool, like they did not do that character well in that movie. Like
Mm.
he was not Deadpool.
No,
Like
no,
every,
yeah.
yeah,
It
yeah.
not like you know him now with the
Yeah,
red and the black and the face mask and all that. He was,
and
but
being
wasn't there
funny
a
and the
reason?
quips and
Yeah,
bad writing and producing. Like
yeah.
they just butchered him, and fans were not happy about it. Yeah,
So there was no reason why he was that character specifically at the time. Like there was like Wait,
Well,
because
they were,
he was like a bad guy basically.
yeah, they were trying to introduce him. They just did it all wrong. Like,
And the comic books, he's never been that guy or a bad guy
I mean,
that you know of.
he's done bad things before. Like,
Well, even in the
because we,
movies, I mean, in the
yeah,
movies, really.
yeah, he's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Maybe there
Yeah.
were a few comics where he was more of a villain. I don't know, but he was still always that funny type of character. And they totally took that away. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Wow. I was like shocked. I'm like, wait, what the hell, Wade? I'm like, oh shit, that's Deadpool. And I never put that together. They had technically already been in a movie together. Not
yeah,
technically, they were. They were in
they
a movie
were.
together.
Yeah, I don't,
And then
I
they
don't,
fought at the end. Like, what the hell?
I don't blame you because it was such a forgettable movie, man. Like,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
same thing. It happened to be on. I flipped. We were about to like, go do something. So I'm like, I'll just throw this on real quick. Watch 5 minutes, and it was them calling the dude Wade, and I'm like, oh no, what?
you, you
Oh
know what?
man.
In the comics, when he was very first introduced in the comics, he might have been serious when you know, his first appearance or whatever, but they changed him pretty quickly early on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and this one he had something like like across his mouth, like where it was
Yeah, yeah, he couldn't talk.
shut
Like
or something.
it was sewn shut. Yeah, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
So,
wasn't in the comics either.
oh, it wasn't.
No.
Oh. Yeah, see, I don't go into comics at all, so all I know is from whatever cartoons I watched growing up. We talked about that before too. It's just that's it. And Deadpool wasn't one of them.
Yeah,
You know, if there was a cartoon, I don't remember it. I never saw it. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why people love those X-Men cartoons. That they stayed pretty true to the comics. They had great stories. So
oh, I love those, man. Those were so good. And then the new
yeah,
one's coming up. When is that? That's already out.
that's already out. Great season, man. You need to see
Yeah,
those. Yeah, yeah. And I interviewed Rogue, the voice of Rogue, and yeah, she was great.
she was
She's
awesome. I
amazing.
saw that. That was great.
Yeah, yeah.
That
And that
that last part of that was funny.
yeah,
Because she was trying to say like a little like promo deal for you.
yeah, yeah. And it was freezing. It was freezing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
cutting out.
yeah, and I didn't know. Like I logged off, and you see in the video, like, hey, can you do it one more time for Jason? That was cool. So, shout out.
That was cool that they did that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he noticed it
yeah, yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, you're freezing up. We may not have got it. Can you redo that?" And she did it.
yeah. Yeah,
That
I
was
didn't want
cool.
to ask because you only get a certain amount of time, and my time was up, and it was already running really late. So
Yes.
I'm like, nah, you
Yeah, I think it feels weird too if you go, "Hey,
yeah, yeah,
can you do this basically promo again for me?"
yeah,
This
yeah.
just sounds kind of like a dick move to be asking,
It
but she
is
seemed cool and she was
really
way
cool.
cool
Yeah,
about it.
really
You know,
cool.
she could have been like, "No, just I gotta go" or
Yeah,
something, and she wasn't.
no, yeah, and I know she normally gets paid to do that kind of stuff because I saw she's on Cameo. You can pay them to leave you a message or whatever. So
Oh, she's
yeah,
on there?
yeah, she's on there. So if you want a message from Rogue, go on Cameo. Yeah,
Yeah, that voice, man.
yeah, great voice, man.
It's
Yeah,
so cool.
it is.
Has she done
Instantly,
any other stuff that you know of as far as cartoons
yeah.
go?
As far as cartoons, I'm not sure, but she was like a real actress. Like when
Mm.
I was looking up her credits, there was this movie that I saw on KTLA 5 like all the time growing up called DEFCON 5 about like the end of the world and the atomic disaster and all this stuff. And she was like the main actress in that thing. Like when I was
Oh,
young, I used to always watch that movie, so it was cool to like see her like someone I watched when I was a little kid. She was like you know a big actress in the 80s. So
did you know that was her later on when she did the Rogue?
no, no, I
You
didn't
didn't
know
know
that.
that, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. What do you got? I finished the Conan show, by the way. The first one.
Oh,
I don't know if I
nice.
mentioned that last
Nice.
time.
I think
I
you might,
think
or maybe you're still watching it. Yeah.
maybe the last one was the Mexico episode, and that was
I
cool. He pretty basically did a show from Mexico. It was done a little different than the other episodes where he was just kind of roaming around the city.
yeah.
He did that too, but he also was like in a studio doing a show and doing interviews, and that was fun. That was awesome, man.
Are you gonna move on to the new ones now?
Yeah, I started it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started it. So I'll check. I'm checking those out now, actually.
Yeah. That reminds me, I subscribe to the Hollywood Reporter. I still get old school magazines, and there's this big ad with Conan on there, and it's got this quote that calls him the comedy goat, and it's so funny because like I remember watching him when I was young, and he was struggling, and like and then he lost the Tonight Show, and like to think of people calling him the comedy goat now after like all those struggles of like trying to just stay on TV.
Hmm.
That was pretty cool to see. But
That is cool. Yeah, he's awesome, man.
he's my favorite. My
Yeah,
favorite.
it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I saw a ton of movies. I'll try to do quick hits on these, but
All
yeah.
right.
Despicable Me 4. Obviously with my son.
Yes.
The whole family. You know it's it's not my favorite, but it's for the kids. It's for the kids, so it's fun for what it is. So if you
Yeah,
need to take the kids out,
it's a
that's
good
what it's
one for
for.
them.
Yeah,
They'll enjoy
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. He loved it. He loved it. Um, there was a movie I was very excited about called MaXXXine. I don't think you've seen the other. It's the end of a trilogy. There's two movies. There's X and then there's Pearl. They all have to do with. They're all slasher movies, and they all have tie-ins to the porn industry, and they're in different eras, and very stylish, very like the director T West. Man, he was just amazing in these first two movies. So I was so pumped for this third one because the style and everything very creative. Just horror fans love these movies. They're low budget movies that were just my favorite horror movies, and so pumped for the third one because it's the same actress Mia Goth in all of them, and she's been amazing in all of these. And it takes place in the '80s. There's all these nostalgic nods, like she goes to the vending machine and she gets a bottle of the new Coke. Hey, remember
Those
the
are
new
always fun.
formula? Yeah. um,
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
I do too, but sadly, man, that this movie was not it for me.
Mm.
It just didn't come together like the other ones did. Like it just seemed to kind of be lacking like a clear kind of focus, even though like she was great in it. Kevin Bacon's in it, and he plays this really cool like strange detective who. This is his best role in years, man. Kevin Bacon, like you won't even recognize him. He's got this stuff on his face that makes him look all weird. But yeah, and there are some great scenes. Like there's a scene where she's trying on the mold, the mold to make a mask for someone in a movie, and she's like struggling to breathe and freaking out, and she falls back in her chair. And I was thinking that because I took a tour recently with my son and my family to a Space Command Studios, a small movie studio, and the guy there showing us the tour, Steven, the stunt coordinator, he was talking about he had to do that for a few hours. He had to put the mold on his face and he couldn't breathe. I'm like, oh man, that's just like in the movie I just watched. It's like it's claustrophobic, man. I
Yeah,
don't see how people can do that. It freaked me out. But um, but yeah, I was disappointed in that one because just didn't hold up to the other two. And then, eh, did, were you a big fan of the Beverly Hills Cop movies?
oh yeah, I've seen him. Yeah,
Yeah, have you watched the new one on Netflix?
I have not yet.
It's good, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's the second best one after the first one,
After the original.
after the original, because it
Okay.
yeah, because it brings back the same style. It's got the humor. Eddie's funny. It's got the action. They added Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's great in it. It's a fun time, man. Like and I wasn't expecting much. It's just a little movie that's only on Netflix. Not even
Yeah.
at the theaters, which sucks. I wish I could go see it at the theaters, but yeah, Eddie's back, so you gotta love that. Gotta
I'm
love seeing
hearing a
Eddie.
few hot sauce packets for that one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll be doing a review for that, and then one
Okay.
last movie that I'm gonna be doing a review for that comes out this weekend actually, called Fly Me to the Moon. And if you've seen the trailers, it's very misleading because it looks like a movie about faking the moon landing. It's a it's
Mm.
a it's a true story about it, but very different from the trailers. It's actually a love letter to NASA, and it stars Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum, and they play these people who have to. Channing Tatum's high up in NASA, and Scarlett is kind of told uh, by Kevin Bacon that she needs to fake the moon landing just in case it's a disaster, like in case there's something wrong with the feed. They
Oh.
need a fake version of it,
Mm.
and but anything I say isn't really going to do the movie justice because it's just very original, very like amazing shots of space, and like I wasn't we weren't old enough to see the moon landing when we weren't born
Yeah.
yet, but watching this movie, it feels like I'm there, and I feel like the emotion, like it shows the crowd shots of everybody, like just you know everyone's just paying attention to that one moment in time. Just one of these moments you have to be there for, like when
Yes.
Steve told us about seeing Star Wars for the first
For the
time.
first time,
and
yes.
and this movie brings you to that with the moon landing, and it's like, yes, man, and it's got that magic to it, and I just loved it. I just loved it. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, because it brought me back to my grandpa. My grandpa did stuff for NASA. He helped the spacesuit. He was there for a lot of the launches, and so very cool to see, man. Just yeah, and it does so many things at once because it's also a rom com. It's got between Channing and Scarlett, and it does that part well, and yeah, just
Moon landing, or what was it called?
fly me to the moon.
Fly me
Fly
to
me
the
to
moon.
fly me to the
Okay,
moon. Yeah, yeah.
cool. I saw Inside Out too.
How was that? How
Yeah, I
was
went
that?
to check it out on Sunday. It was it was pretty good actually. It was cool.
My,
I It obviously hits, like, as an adult, I think you understand it more than the kids do.
my son says he understood it. He saw it with my wife, and he picks things up very quickly. Like in movie, when we're watching movies together, he'll tell me stuff. I'm like, oh, he understands what's going on. Like,
Wow, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, as a kid, if I seen that as a kid, I would no idea what the fuck's going on. Oh, it's a kid playing hockey and she's feeling some emotions. Okay, cool. Like I would have got that much out of it.
yeah,
But the deep stuff with the anxiety and when it's kicking in and why it's kicking in and how she was able to control it and that sort of stuff would have just gone right over my head. But watching it as an adult, it's pretty damn interesting. My girl loved it. She said it was a 10 out of 10 for her. Uh, Being a therapist, I mean, that did it for her because of all the different feelings that this kid was going through
yeah,
and why, and all that stuff that's all right up her alley. So she absolutely dug the hell out of it. I thought it was really good, but she asked me, "What did you think?" And I said, "Oh, it's great. Not for me."
yeah,
I went because I knew she wanted to watch it, so I said, "Hey, we should go watch a movie, just kind of spontaneous." And I took her to see that because I knew she would love it, and she did. She said it was awesome, and I liked it too. It was great.
Yeah.
Good one for sure. I seen the first one too. First one's good too.
I haven't seen the first one. Yeah.
No? Yep. I seen the first one. Seen both of them. Good stuff, man. Uh, like I said, I don't. Jimmy's way smarter than I was then at that age because I couldn't pick up certain things. There's no way.
Yeah, he's ahead of me too. Yeah, I don't think I was picking up stuff he is. Yeah.
Trying to think if I'm watched any other movies or anything. I started watching the. We saw Bad Grandpa again. Well, she hadn't seen it. That's why we watched it. She was mortified. I don't. She can't do these movies, man. All
Yeah.
the Jackass stuff. She's just like I don't like why. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you watch that one
I don't
back in
think
the
I
day?
did.
Bad Grandpa? No. Oh man, there's some scenes in there, bro. You're just like I don't know. And he's got this little kid with him the whole time, because he's supposed the whole plot of the movies he's supposed to get the kid back to his dad because he ain't trying to watch him, and it's his daughter's son. Yeah, his daughter's son. So, and she's not trying to watch him either. So she kind of dumps him on him, and now he's got to go cross country to get him to his dad, who's a deadbeat. And so that's the whole plot. But along the way, it's just a bunch of shit, man. It's insane, dude. I don't know if
Did,
you like Jackass, I would definitely watch it. I don't
is
know
it
if you
is
were.
it De Niro? It's De Niro the bad grandpa? Who is it? Or is it
It's one
no?
of the
It's
Jackass dudes,
uh,
Knoxville.
Knoxville. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's Knoxville. Because he played that same character in some of those other episodes, and then
Mhm.
they did a movie about it. And I don't know, man. I like those guys. So for me, I thought it was great. Did you ever watch? You don't watch the Jackass movies or the show back in the day?
Sometimes I would. I didn't watch all of them, you know, but
Okay. You didn't
but
watch
back
Wild Boys?
no,
No Wild Boys stuff? Okay.
no.
That was crazy stuff too, man. That was good stuff. That was only like 2 seasons, but yeah. I watched all that stuff in the movie theaters. It's just nutty, man. It's nutty stuff. I mean, you watched some of it, so you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They go. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they would go too far for me, man.
Yeah, they got too far for her, so
Yeah, yeah,
but I was like, "You never seen it?" She said, "No." I go, "All right, we're just gonna watch it." So we just watched it. And as I started the Impractical Jokers movie, but only
yeah.
got a few minutes in and didn't get to watch it.
I, I saw that one. I saw that
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I mean,
Did you watch the show?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you did.
I
Okay.
liked the show,
All right.
yeah. I mean,
That's pretty much what
it's
it
like a
was with the
long
show.
long episode, but they try to kind of add a storyline to it, which is kind of weird. But
Yeah, trying to get to this concert or whatever.
uh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll still check it out and
yeah,
finished up Rome. That was really good actually. Enjoyed the show. That was only 2 seasons, so it was perfect. And I think that's it, man. I don't know what else. I'm still watching the Physical 100 on Netflix, which is that Korean show.
mhm,
But these guys just try to. It's just the strongest, person survives at the end of this whole thing, win some money. So I'm almost done with that one. I get hooked on that one. I don't know why I get hooked on that. But I think that's it. Not really watching anything else right now.
yeah. I
You're not watching shows, huh? You don't really watch shows or what? Mostly
no,
movies?
no. I watch shows too. I watch.
Yeah.
Been watching House of the Dragon. You guys were talking
Oh
about
yeah.
that at the party.
I gotta get back to it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's true. What you guys are saying that it moves so fast. Like you know, Game of Thrones kind of took more time to set things up, and they had maybe more memorable like smaller roles too in Game of Thrones. Um,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
it makes sense to me because it's not the same people who are making the show. They have different showrunners, so they're gonna have their own style. They're gonna hire different people. You
Sure.
know, yeah. So even though it's a prequel, you're not gonna get the same feel because it's not the same people doing it. Uh,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, jeez, just Game of Thrones had some just epic moments.
yeah,
Like, and we were talking about that at Jimmy's birthday party, and
yeah.
insane moments, man. Like,
And it's hard to recreate that.
it's very difficult to recreate
Yeah.
it.
And I saw someone on Twitter say about this newest episode, like, "Oh man, the Game of Thrones is back! Like, this was so crazy." Then I watched it, and I was like, "I don't think so."
Really? Are you not enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it, but not on the same level.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure. I didn't expect it to be, honestly, going into it. I didn't
mm,
expect it to be just, I don't know. Like you said, you can't recreate that. It's a different time anyway, so it's different characters. It's not the same storyline anymore. It's so, like you said, the prequel and other things are going on, and so it's not. You just you just can't recreate it, man. That show was too damn good. I don't care about the last season and people upset and all that. I don't give a shit about that. The show as a whole was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life, dude.
I
So
agree.
good.
I agree. Yeah.
So good. I even
And
enjoyed the I don't last season was whatever. It wasn't great, but I think whatever. I enjoyed it.
yeah, yeah. And I came to it late. I didn't start watching it airing
Mhm.
live until the last season. I think last season or last two
Really?
seasons. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I jumped in probably maybe 2 or 3.
mm,
And everybody just kept talking about it and kept talking about it. Kept talking. I'm like, man, I guess I gotta see this
yeah. Two
magic and
times,
dragons.
2 times I tried to watch the first episode, and I was like, I don't,
That's
I
tough.
can't,
I think
can't
that's
get into
I
it.
I think I think people drop off on that first one maybe because it was
Yeah,
tough.
yeah,
You're introduced to Lannisters and Starks and all this stuff, and you're just like, what? And wait a minute, are they brother and sister? Wait, what? What's going on?
yeah, yeah,
It gets crazy. It's a
yeah.
lot. It's a lot
But
to take in. So if you're gonna start Game of Thrones, just be ready for that ride. But if you stick with it, man,
yeah, yeah. I was
it's
like,
it's gonna be great.
yeah.
All right, dude, that's it. I got nothing else. I got no more movies,
Oh,
no more shows.
I got one more story to tell that I teased on social media a while ago. Uh, Let me do a little graphic for it. It was a rare date night out for me and my wife. We went to see another podcast actually. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Why is it rare? You guys hate each other or what?
No, no, it's just hard to
Gotta
get it
find the
all
time, right?
to get out with a young child. It's not
Yeah.
easy, especially when you have you know older older parents, one who you can't trust to watch your child.
Don't talk about your mom like that, Jason. Just kidding. We all know it's not his mom.
Yeah, no.
She's so cool. It was so great to see her
Yeah, yeah. She had a lot of
on
fun. She had,
on Saturday, man. It's always great seeing her. She's so nice, and
yeah,
that's just always how I remember her as a kid coming over to your house, and she was always so kind and just soft spoken. Make sure we ate. Like she was just the coolest, man.
yeah, yeah. She had a great time seeing everyone too. She doesn't get out much.
Yeah,
But yeah. It was hard because this podcast was out in Hollywood, and it was started at 8
in the
uh,
morning.
at night. So
Oh,
like
damn,
my
that's
my
not good
mom's
either.
in bed by like 8 or 9 at night. So but we did it. We went out there. Did you ever watch the Bella twins, Nikki and Brie
I
Bella
didn't.
on?
I know who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know who they
I
are, but no, I didn't.
I got into them from their E show because they were on E for years doing their
I
reality
remember that.
show,
Yes.
and I checked it out. I'm like, man, I told them this at the show that they ever since Macho Man left, like my love for wrestling was gone. But then watching them, they brought it back. They brought back my love of wrestling, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they had passion, man. If you watch the show, they had a lot of passion. I just love the way they did things, man. And you got to see all the behind the scenes of that on their show and their relationships with other wrestlers. With Nikki was with John Cena for a while, and that was a big deal. And then Brie married. Uh,
You got to see this on the show that you went to, you're saying?
yeah, they did a live podcast at a
Okay.
place called the Bourbon Room in Hollywood, like right in the middle of it's like something like Hollywood Boulevard, right down the
Okay.
main strip there. And yeah, it was live. We had VIP. We had good seats there, and my wife likes them too, because they're strong women. They're outspoken, and they do this show now. I hadn't even watched and listened to their podcast yet, but I just like them. But we saw a live taping. They they were good, man. They brought out guests. They brought out Lawrence brothers. Joey Lawrence. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, and they brought out a female wrestler who was a champion in AEW, like the first female wrestler of that league. And
Okay.
yeah, but it turned out to be a long night, man, because it was like 3 hours or over 3 hours or something. And then and
Wow.
I thought we were gonna get to do a meet and greet with them because that's what the ticket said when I bought them. Like, oh, cool, we'll get a picture or whatever, say hi.
They went on too long.
Well, there were so many people for the VIP thing. I think they figured like, oh, we can't do this with every one of them. So they did a special Q&A after the show, only for the VIP. So I
Oh.
figure, okay, I'll get a question in, but like I was kind of in the back of the VIP part, and I was like,
Oh
oh no,
no.
I don't think I'm gonna get this question, and they're picking all these people up front, and the very end of the show, they're like, okay, the loudest person here gets the last question, and Olivia was super loud. She's like, here, and the side story is there was these two girls next to us, and they were pointing over my way too, like, oh, cool, they're helping us, and but then I get the mic, and I had told Olivia beforehand, I was like, okay, be ready to record this, if I ask the question, so I can show it on, OC dudes, She's like,
Yeah.
okay, I got it ready. She had the camera open. She had her, and so I get the mic, or I didn't even have a mic. I just had to, shout it out to them. I start going, and these two girls they go, oh, damn, like we wanted to ask a question or something like that. So Olivia's like transfixed on these two girls, like, you know,
Oh no.
yeah, and she didn't record it. She didn't. uh,
Oh
so,
no.
but so,
You dropped the ball, Olivia. You dropped the ball on that one.
but it was cool. I got to talk to them. I started out with that story. I said, ever since Macho Man, like, you guys brought my love of wrestling back, and Brie was drunk. She was wasted. She had a lot of drinks, and she
It
tried to do the Macho Man voice. It did not go well.
didn't work.
It didn't work. And Olivia told me too. She said, "Oh, those girls talking to each other. They're like, she didn't even do it right. She didn't even do the voice right."
Oh
but
man.
I asked them. I'm like, do you have any tips for a fellow podcaster? And Nikki was very cool. She's like, just find your voice, find what makes you unique, and be authentic. Just
Hmm.
find your niche and be authentic. I think we do that. I think we do that. So
Yeah, I think it took a minute. And then, the
yeah,
niche though, the niche thing, it would make sense. It would be bigger, I think, if we stuck to one thing, but I never wanted to stick to one thing. Like if we were just fantasy football guys, for example. Well, that would
yeah,
make sense. A lot of people want to watch fantasy football and they would stick with it and watch and who you should pick up and this is why and the defense does this and we were those guys and okay, but I didn't want to just be like a one,
no. I think this way. Yeah, I think our the way we are, we have different interests. Sticking to one thing, it would feel stale. It'd feel like it'd get boring. I think.
And not only that, I think I would have to be super passionate about it
Yeah,
and then know a shit ton about it
yeah,
and be ready to go to just stick to this one thing
yeah,
and be able to research and keep learning and all that good stuff, whatever it was. Like, for example, the fantasy football stuff, you
yeah.
know? And uh, honestly, I think we would be bigger if you stuck to one thing. I really do. I think more people would be watching. I think
Mhm.
uh, if we were just the video game guys and just talked about video games, it's such a big thing. Video games is so many
But
people I think would be into that, but I just don't. I don't want to
but
just talk video games.
no. And is that what we're in this for? To be big? I don't. You know.
No, I wanted to do it because it's this what we usually talk about anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
Like just anything, basketball all the time, video games all the time. Like that's what it shows and movies and your interviews and the stuff that you do. That's the stuff we talk about all the time. So it's like
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. I'd rather it be that way. You know,
yeah, yeah.
we'll take our
Yeah.
16 views. What about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what? Nobody likes us. Except for 13-year-old girls. They love us.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Jason, of course.
Of course. Of course.
All right, let's get out of here before we get in trouble.
All right. But first,
But first, subscribe and
yeah,
smash.
for all 10 of you.
16, bro. 16.
16. Yeah, yeah.
16-year-olds.
16.
Hit the like. Come on, hit the like button. Look us up.
And
Doesn't take
next
much.
week, hey, we should talk some Comic-Con next week. It's coming around. It's around the corner.
It is around the corner. Yeah. We should get into that again. Yep. All right, dude.
All right.
Later, bro.
Later.
Peace.